This is Phil Griggs. This is Cafe Clairvoyance. It's the 10th of January. It's the Cafe Clairvoyance show, and it's lovely to presenting another show with you guys joining us. And let's go on the show. And shall we go and do a little bit of this? It's the Cafe Clairvoyance show. Well, a very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you're very well. We hope you're having a wonderful day. And wherever you are in the world, in fact, if you're in the West Coast, you're probably West Coast of America, we'd just like to give you this as an early morning call. Yes, for those of you in the Eastern world going, what on earth is going on? It's just to get you up, nice and cozy. Yes, and welcome to the new studio. Hope you like it. And we've been building this and decorating it and doing everything to get it up to spec. But anyway, guys, what I got tonight, as you can see here, is myself and my very good friend Helen Grady, a wonderful spiritual medium. She's going to be joining me very soon, and really looking forward to it. In the meantime, what do I need to tell you? Yes, of course, it is a very special day today. We will come on to this in just 1 second. In the meantime, though, guys, can you do this? This is what we'd like you to do. If you're coming in on YouTube, if you're coming in wherever you are, this is what we'd like you to do. Now, as you may have seen, guys, the producer, Deborah, she has been putting out posts there on the Cafe Clairvoyance group, on the Cafe Clairvoyance page, Spiritual Whispers, all part of the network that we use. And as she's been doing this, she's been saying, if you share the show, if you comment and like things on the post, then you're entered into a competition. Yeah, happy with that? What do you think? What do you think? Does that sound good?
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
I know, isn't it fabulous? So what we're going to do, guys. So as we see you share the show, comment on it, we're going to add your name into the competition, and basically you win a free half-hour reading. How's that? And loads of you guys coming in. Absolutely fabulous to see you. In fact, Lisa says hello, everyone, and Joe Cooper says, Leah Chapman. Okay, Leah Chapman, hello to both of you. And we also got Katrina says hello and welcome back, Phil and Helen. So truly missed you guys. Well, I'm truly missed my good friend Helen, so it's lovely to welcome her back. And loads of you other guys here coming through. Also got Midia. Very good evening from Cyprus to everyone around the globe. Yeah, we welcome you too. Welcome you too. So it's absolutely lovely. And who also got Eleni says, hola, Deborah, and so on and so forth. Loads of you guys here, but I'll get through to you guys as we go through the show. But in the meantime, though, as I said here, one more thing. Do you like reading? Well, if you do, perhaps you'll like our Cafe Clairvoyance magazine. There it is. If you go on to page 2 of the websites, Cafe Clairvoyance or me, Phil Griggs, you'll see a page donated just to the magazine. As soon as you click on it, it will download and open for you. Interested? Good. And also, just to let you know, guys, we've also got, just looking for it, here it is, Clubhouse. Do you like Clubhouse? Well, we do a Clubhouse on Monday mornings and Wednesdays at 8 o'clock in the evening. Mondays at 10:35 a.m. We do an astrology show, Monday Astrology, telling you what the stars are like for the week for everybody. And in the evening, on Wednesday evenings, we do a lot of numerology, astrology, and loads of bits and pieces. So Deborah joins me on that, and it's absolutely fabulous. And so super happy she's doing that. It's amazing. And also, one other thing, do you like courses? If you like courses, then perhaps you're going to like this. Would you like to do hand reading? Learn how to do hand reading. Palmistry is an ancient subject. It's one of the first things that got me into this work. Absolutely fascinated by it and studied it for a long time. So we decided we could do an online course. All the details there are on the website under the Academy page, and you'll find it all there. But it's also, the details are also in the magazine too. So yes, let us know if you're interested. And after all that, I better go and see if my good friend is around, wherever she is. In fact, I'll just wait and see. Ah, here she is, my wonderful friend Helen Grady. And let's go. There you go. Hello, how are you? Oh, you've got a hand in front of your face. That's not very good. There it is. It's gone. A waving hand. A hand of hello. Yes. How are you?
Well, I'm very well. Well, I've got a bit of a snotty nose, but so was half the population.
Charming.
I'm fine.
Charming.
Thank
Brilliant.
you.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. Well, whilst you're here, you'll probably like to share this with me as well. But there's something very special we got to do. And it's for the producer, because today it's her birthday. And no better than thing to say is, if it's your birthday out there today, or if it is yesterday, today, or tomorrow, this is just for you. You ready?
Happy birthday!
Happy
birthday, Deb.
Happy birthday, Deborah. Yes, big happy birthday, producer, and a big round of applause. She worked very hard there. And I know that, as you guys know, to keep this show going, she comes in on the side there, and she keeps the flows going on the stream, and she's also produced the show in the background. So couldn't do this without her. Anyway, so okay, so what have you been doing up there in the far north?
Well, I've been doing a little bit of work doing COVID vaccinations. I got called in.
Okay.
So, and then Kev got COVID.
Sorry?
Yeah, Kev got COVID, but he's not ill.
Okay.
But it was great. I made him sleep in the grandson's bedroom because of me going to work. But it was great. I've had a week's sleep with no disturbance of snoring or any other peculiar noises. It's been fabulous. But I'm letting him in the big bed tonight.
So is that Kev saying that he had a good night's sleep, or you?
No, me.
All right. Okay, great. All right, brilliant. So how about mediumship? You're doing some mediumship up there?
Yes, I've been doing quite a few churches around Manchester, Wales, Buxton, all over really.
Good.
With Ian.
Lovely.
So I'm now getting more and more work.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it's absolutely fabulous to have you here on here again and to work with you. And actually, we're spoiled twice this month with Helen, and we'll talk a little bit more about the other bit towards the end of the show. But in the meantime, we're going to crack on out there and go and find people who've pre-booked readings. We've got to come to those first and see what comes up, and then we'll take from there. How's that?
Whatever. I've got Kev here now trying to get on the show, but earlier I've done it. Clown, go on, get up upstairs.
This is good.
I know he's a bird.
Yes, it's like the engineer who comes on and says, "I've got the spanner. I've just tightened this bit up. Hang on, there in a minute."
I know. God love him.
Bless him. He's a wonderful chap. And yes, ex-forces guy like me. But anyway, okay, let's go and have a look here. So a lovely lady there called Eleni, she wrote in. She said, "Hello, Deborah." And she wrote in and she said here, "Looking for part-time work, anything coming up in the future." Now, the thing here is, I'm going to just take that away from your chops, if that's all right. I'll just move that down. In fact, I'll move that to there because the colour there. How's that? That's probably better. Because now you can...
Perfect.
Now you can probably see earlier on it was across here. So we just moved it there. Okay. So Emily asks you, says, "Looking for part-time work, anything come up in the future?" Now, and then we just start tuning in with you. Now, one thing I would say here is that Helen works primarily in mediumship. So she's going to work a lot to do with who's on the other side. I work more with the predictive side about what's coming ahead. So it's interesting when we put this all together. So, okay. Are you ready to go? Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go for it. Okay. Right. So, Eleni, first thing I'd like to say here is a very nice gentleman here stands beside me. In fact, he wants to get right close in on the family, on your family, very, very close in your family. He really wants to get in and say a big hearty hello to you. And he's actually looking at you and he's saying here, it's almost like I see a whiteboard with brainstorming ideas on and loads of thought bubbles everywhere about what's going on and choices. And really what his first thing here to say to me here is about choices for you. And so although you're looking for part-time work, what else is it that you're actually looking for yourself? In fact, he's just said to me here, he wants to give me a big fruit cake. Now, either you liked making these or he did. The other side to this here, most of the times when I get a cake, Eleni, is when it's someone's birthday. So around you, around your family, wherever this is. So someone who's a Capricorn. And best people going. Anyway, so he wants to give me this. And if I'm looking about you saying about work, you may well find here that yes, you may want to go and find work, but on the next hop across, I almost get the feeling here that maybe there's other options that are going to be open to you in a very near future. And just to be open-minded and see what happens. And that's his impression, first of all. But there's this gentleman and two women who are with him as well. And very, very nice. I get the feeling it's a very, very fatherly figure, very fatherly man. And very happy to be there. And he showed me a shortness of breath and he shows me his heart. And so I get the feeling this may be one of the areas that took him over. But yes, okay. Helen, you go for it. See what you get there.
Well, when you said that Eleni had asked the question, I got a lady come close and she said to me, don't you think you've worked long and hard enough already, love? She said that things are going to change for you this year and that you might not be staying where you are. She's also telling me that Eleni's had quite a few spiritual experiences herself because I'm seeing lots of auras as though Eleni has been seeing people from a family that have passed over. And I've just had a lady shout, yes, that's right. And this is a different lady than the first one. I feel the first one was a motherly link, but this other lady is connected with the motherly link as well. And she's making me feel that her hands were gnarled, with arthritis like this. And she said that she worked hard all of her life and that Eleni now is going to have a completely split pathway. And it's up to Eleni to choose which one she takes.
I totally agree
Just
with
like
you.
Terry shouted out from the spirit world from Eleni, and it was quite a Terry. So I feel it was a big man who shouted for her, and I feel that's more on a friendship link than a family link.
Okie dokie. All right. So, Ellie, hope that works out for you, and we wish you well. And as we're working through the scoreboard here, let's go to Melissa. Melissa wrote in and she said here, kind of green, what will happen with work this year? What will happen with work? And it's interesting because as soon as I talk about this, and I really enjoy working with you, Helen, if you don't mind me saying, because as soon as I sort of get together, whether it's in person or working live, even if I've had connections to people in the past, I almost get the feeling here, this is something that very quickly develops anyway. So I very quickly get the energy. It's just got dark in here. One of the lights has just gone out. I can't do anything about it other than just carry on. Oh, the others are all right. Oh dear. Anyway, so Melissa, what I'd like to, in fact, I'm going to pass this over to you first of all to see what you would like to say here. This is a lovely lady called Melissa. And just to go through this again, colour green, what will happen with work this year?
Right. As you spoke about Melissa, I got a lady coming through for her, and I feel that Melissa has a lot of emotional things to start off with before she worries about work, because she's transferring her emotions to work that is not suitable at this moment in time. She needs more balance in her life, I'm being told. And the lady said to me, I was always telling her that when I was here, but she took no notice of me. Well, then, as the lady laughs and sits back down, then I'm getting lots of flowers with her because I can smell all the different kinds of flowers. Right. I've actually got two ladies. who are connected, because the lady with the flowers has just shown me herself on my wall, and she brought another lady in with her. So the connection is there. I feel it's more they were sisters. And I have to speak about a sister. I don't know whether it belongs to, I'm sorry, I've forgotten the lady's name, Melanie.
Melissa.
I don't know that. I don't know if Melissa has a sister in the spirit world, or a person who's as close as a sister to her, because she just popped in and she said, "Tell her I said hi. She'll know who it is."
Oh, lovely. Absolutely
That's
lovely.
it. It's just female energy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what I'd like to say here is I am Melissa. I feel one of the things I like to say to you here is as you're talking about women, I've got a gentleman who's here, but he didn't know you very well. In fact, he stands right back because I think his connection to you and the family there was very distant. But as I'm talking to him, he's connected on your dad's side. He's connected on dad. He just told me he's connected on your dad, and so I feel here this is something that's going to really engage with you a little bit later on. But really, if I looked at when work is going to really start turning around, April, I get first of all, April. Right, there we go. Good. Okay, let's go and have a look for a very nice lady. I just saw her here, just sort of quickly scroll down the screen. And there she is, Linda Child. Hello, very good evening to you, Linda. Hope you're well there. And Linda says, colour purple, will my son be okay regarding work? Well, hang on, as soon as I say that here, there's a I think this is a lady who's come straight through to me and she's talking 30 words a second. That's what it feels like. And loads of words. Very fast talker, very impatient lady when she was around. And she's connected to your mum. She said, yes, I'm connected to your mum. And she just throws a birthday cake up in the air. And she also throws a cake up, but she also wants to throw it's not confetti, but she wants to throw a celebration up into the air. She's really wild with this, is quite strong. But her action to you here is your son has got choices, if you would understand this. And part of it is the mental side, his ability to really connect with what he wants to do. And the other part here I'd like to say about your son is there's the opportunities that come up this year may not be as fast as he wants them to. However, would you understand apprenticeships or a training of some kind that he'd go into, even if it's got connections to uniforms, the military, things like this, for example, and it's decisions he could well make. Now, for a particular reason here, I feel around him as well, is that he's maybe this would actually do him the world of good, even if he was to initially protest, perhaps. But let's see. Okay, all right, that's the first bit I see here. So I'm going to throw this over to Helen. Helen, what would you like to say?
Well, while you were talking there, I had a gentleman come forward, and he sends lots and lots of love and says, she needs to look at herself as her inner child. And as he said child, he brought a child in with him from the spirit world. And I feel that there was a lot of anxiety around this young child, and that there needs to be told that everything is fine now. Everything is fine. I have the name Frank and the name Fred. I thought it was just the one name, but it's two that shouted out for Lynn. I'm also being told that, again, this is a friend that's coming through now, a lady. And as she talks to me, she touches her breast and just said to say, thank you. Even words, physical things don't have to be done to be appreciated. Physical words are appreciated. And I have to tell Linda, thank you.
Oh, that's lovely.
Now,
That is lovely.
I've also been given a yacht. Now, to me, a yacht it's on a very calm sea. So I feel that whatever situation that Linda is worried about at the moment, things are going to calm down and things will be seen more clearly because the sea is still.
Okay. All right. Now, the other one I'm just trying to. Oh, there you are. There you are. Good. Got you. Thank you for that. That was absolutely lovely. I do love your messages. They're absolutely beautiful. The problem with some of these is I know some people, so I can't say very much. But the ones that there's a few here I don't know. But But anyway, Susanna says, she says, hi everyone. She says, color green, flashbacks and signs, recalling information. Could this help me with my business in the future? Okay, Susanna, the first thing I like to say around you here is there is a huge, huge aura of light that just goes around you like this. And it's intense. It's very strong, it's very intense as I look from this angle. I would like to say to you here with this is that you're very protected, very, very protected in many, many ways. And they're saying to me here to help you go forwards here. In fact, there's about 3, 4, even 5 spirits here that I pick up who are connecting with you. And one of them is a particular lady here, and she just wants to whisper in your ear. And all she says to you here, she says, yes, it will help you in the future, but all in good time. All in good time. And as I'm talking to as well here, she says here that she's working on your back. And she also says here that she had problems with her back and she had problems with her teeth, big problems. And she's also saying to me here, she says here, there was a gentleman who passed before her, connecting very close to her like a husband, and he's here too, but she was still here after he had passed. And she said it was a struggle for me, but she says here that she's very proud of you. And she's got her hands together like this. She says here, to come over like this to you is easier sometimes it is to actually meet you in person because of difficulties around people or families, she says. And I'd like to pass that over to Helen. What would you like to say, Helen?
Well, I'm glad that Susanna's come on, because when I was having my bath before, I thought of Susanna, and a gentleman came through and he told me that he wanted to apologise to her, to say he was sorry. And then, really strange, I felt as though I'd gone underwater. And I don't know whether Susanna knew anybody that had drowned. And I thought I could see flowers, and I thought, is it for the name flowers or is it particular flowers? I don't know, but Susanna, I think this is definitely for you. And then there was another gentleman who said he was your father, and he showed me boats, as though on the sea. But the first gentleman one, definitely I had to get through to you, was that he wanted to apologise. He was sorry. Whatever that is, you'll know, because it's not my message, it's for you. I'm also being told that there's a part of your life that you felt was in tatters. And that's the word I have to use to you, tatters. But sometimes things that are in tatters, especially a cloth, I'm being shown now, blows with the wind, and it also gets rid of negativity, as well as thinking, oh, that's bad. It's not. It's getting rid of negativity. Things are going to change a lot for you this year, Susanna. And as I say that to you, there's a lovely lady coming in. And I have to say, she's only a scrap of a thing. She's not very big, but she's making me feel I wouldn't mess with it. And she's doing this with her hands, as though, this was a habit of hers. And she's telling me, think now, think, girl. You need to think what you're going to do and stay on the track and stop diverting, whatever that means. But that's what you have to do. Ooh. And with that, I've just given a lucky horseshoe to hand to you. So whatever path you take, there's the horseshoe for you to take with the
That's
luck.
lovely. That is absolutely lovely. I'm sure
And
Santa
then
would.
I've just been told what you're doing about the scent. Scent to me is perfume. So is there something with perfume or scent that you're doing? Because that's going to take off and all.
I totally agree. Totally agree. I love that. That's really good. I just love this. The lighting in here has just gone absolutely AWOL. It just looks so funny, like I'm working from within a cave, like a secret hidey hole. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, Delia was, she wrote in. I can't see her details here, but maybe you could work with her here, even though I can't see you. Just looking to see. Delia, if you're there, give us a ping. Anyway, she wrote in and she said, Delia Colour Purple, will I move this year? Move this year. It's a funny year for a lot of people. It's a 6 year. Yeah, I got candles behind me. Yes, thank you very much, Amina. Yes, excellent. Also, we'd just like to say to Restream, who are commenting on the show tonight, who are the background people to actually host this show. Thank you very much for putting the comments in. It's really nice of you. Really appreciate that. So thank you. Big heart to you guys. Okay, right. Now let's go and have a look here. So Delia, will you move this year? Color purple. Color purple is quite intense, so it's very deep. Now for this to work, it has to really feel this is great. This is great here. As I'm doing this, I would just like to put this up. Susanna makes amazing scent. Her angel scent is fabulous. That's from Deborah. So well done, Helen. You definitely wouldn't know anything about that. So fantastic. Yes, it's good. Now, are you going to move? I think actually that if you move, you've got to do it this side of October. This side of October. If you do it later than that, you're not going to. At least you won't move this year. If you're going to do it, it's going to be this side of October. And the energy changes quite a lot around that particular time. And so this is one of the things I feel here. And it makes it feel like this. And yes, so that's what I'd like to say to you. Now, if I go straight over to you, Helen, and what would you like to say there for Delia? She's actually written in just to go over this. Colour purple, will I move this year?
Right. With the colour purple, I think Delia is a very spiritual person. And I don't think that she puts her gifts out like she should. And as she says that, there's a lady coming forward now. She's not very old, younger than me. But come on. She's telling me that she will move, but to the place that she least expects that she's going to. And to take care of her feet. Because this lady's saying, just tell her to watch your feet, watch your feet. I know that feet, when you tread many paths, so obviously Delia has tread a few paths, and will I, won't I, go forward, go back? Yes, she will move, but to a completely different place than she thinks she's going to go. And it's the last place, as the lady's emphasising here. This lady now is holding my hand, so Delia must have held this lady's hand or gave her a lot of comfort before she passed over. She's not telling me who she is, but I feel a bond and a closeness with her.
Okay.
I have to say they were like sisters, so obviously it's not a mother figure.
Okay.
They weren't sisters, but they were like sisters.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's absolutely lovely. Let's do a bit of this. Yeah, there you go. I'm just going on to, and hopefully I can just pick, nearly the wrong one then. And okay, Jo Gardner, there she is. She wrote in and she said, hi everyone. And she wrote in a question. She says here, Gold Scorpio, general reading, please. Okay, let's have a look here, see where we can go. I would like to say here, reading please. Now, if I was to say to you here, would you understand here? This is like a chessboard I see here. A chessboard, this is the metaphor I get from the spirit world for you. And it's about lining your pieces up in the right place. So would you understand it's about organisation around you at the present time is what makes your day, your world a little bit happier. That's what I'm hearing here first of all. The other part I'm picking up here is a very nice man who wants to come in. And he also brings in here, I've got to tell you, he brings in a donkey. Because that's what that's what his life was like. He was, and my wife knows the name, I forget the name now. But yes, he used to have a donkey and cart, but he was always making money, but not the normal ways, if you get what I mean by that way. And he's coming through to you here, and the first thing that I really pick up he wants to say to you here is he's looking at you, and he says here, all your plans, he says there, all of them start to go right. But one of the things that's really going to help you out this year is a very, very close girlfriend to you, very close lady friend here, is going to be a diamond to you this year. There's also a young man in the spirit world who's just drawing, and a young lady, they're both young people here, way younger than years to pass, but they're here. And they're just saying to me here, one of them says Sally. And as I'm talking to her, she just wants to say to you, she says here that they're all okay over there. They're watching over you and they're glad the stress is off. Would you understand the stress on your head? Going. Yes, that's what I like to say. Good. What would you like to say? This is Jo.
Well, I've got a lady and a gentleman that came, and they said for me to tell Jo that she was right. Everything is fine over there. She was right. And they're now getting, that song, Diamonds Are
Oh,
Forever.
I love
And they're
that.
telling me that Jo was a diamond in their life. And
Okay.
that, yes, the same as you, they do watch over. They're just saying to me now that I don't know what they mean by this, but and please don't take it the wrong way, Joe. But get your head out the clouds. Get your head out the clouds. Put your feet firmly on the floor and your vision straight. Mm.
This is about the
Right.
organisation.
What, I don't know if it's a name, but it sounds like Stella. If
Well, I said
the
Sally.
name connects with her, Stella.
What's in between? Salella. No, it sounds like
Not
salmonella.
Stella. Stella is a name.
Yes, I
Stella
know
is a
Stella is
name.
though. I said Sally, but you said Stella, so I wonder if he's in between.
Well, I don't know, but that's the name I was given. Right. I know you were on about a donkey, but I've got horses here for Joe,
Okay.
and lots of horses. And for me, horses are very therapeutic and they come strength because they're a strong animal. And I feel this is what she needs at this moment in time. So, from the spirit world, they're sending lots of energy, especially from this man and this woman. Excuse me, man and this woman. Now, that wasn't me. Now, whether one of them suffered with a condition of they could talk for a bit and then had to stop because
Okay.
my words were cut off. I don't mean anything with affecting with the head. I mean a chest condition because I'm like now having to think about what I'm doing and think what I'm saying. Like when your chest's bad and the blood supply and oxygen doesn't get to your brain properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. I also have Nellie shouted out for her. And I've also been given Catholic links because I can see the church now around them. I can smell the candles and I can see the altar, so I feel there was a big Catholic connection around them.
She agrees with the name Stella.
Just got so long, farewell, and they're just singing and laughing as they're kicking the heels, walking back.
That's lovely.
I would say, yeah.
That's lovely. That's brilliant. Thank you very, very much. And Joe, yeah, she said, yes, they did. They did do all this. This is fantastic. Lovely, lovely energies there. Fantastic. Thank you. Yes, I do. Is her godmother. So this is beautiful. We're glad we could bring that through for you today. Cheryl says good evening, and let's go and let's go and have a look here. Right. Okay. We are moving on to Jocelyn. Oh no, sorry. We've got Lisa Hemingway. Let's go and find Lisa. Whoop. She was up here somewhere. And there she is. Hi, Helen, she says. And Lisa says, colour red, general reading, any big changes this year? Any big changes this year? If I was to look at changes about what you're doing, it's about connecting your head with your heart and sensing that not taking things too seriously mentally. It's about the balance. So sometimes here, be loving of yourself rather than hard on yourself. I get the feeling here, Lisa, that you're going to have a very busy year, but don't over busy it. Don't overcomplicate it. I get a feeling here, keep things nice and easy and it will be easier for you. In fact, as I'm talking here, I've got this lady behind me going, oi, and she's pushing me like this. And she's right behind me and she wants to say that she wants to come over for you. And she wants to give a very strong mother link here. And I just like to say to her, G is very strong with her name. A very strong G. And she wants to say here, she says here, tell her that I'm here and tell her I'm watching over her and tell her about a hot water bottle, she says. So this is about your feet, keeping your feet warm. And this is also, well, hot water bottle to me isn't just about feet. It's also about nurturing yourself, keeping yourself warm. And she's saying to me here, she says here, don't put off what you keep putting off. Just do it. Whatever it is, don't procrastinate. She's saying to me here, just keep moving, keep doing. Don't put off what you really want to go and do. Otherwise here you'll just go, oh, tomorrow. And she just wants to let you know that there. Okay. And I'll move on that by as, sorry, yes, you go for it. What would you like to say to Lisa?
Well, for Lisa, I like the colour red, even though I can't wear it. Everyone says, oh, danger this. but it's not. It's also for energy. And I feel that Lisa's been lacking in energy at this moment. And as I said that, a gentleman stepped forward and he made me sit up. I thought, oh, here we go, you know. And I feel this gentleman, and he's making me tap my fingers on the table. So I feel he could be a little bit impatient at times. Now, I don't know whether it was him or it's Lisa that has been suffering with dizzy spells, because he made me feel quite dizzy. Although he was upright in his stance and everything, he made me feel as though I was toppling a little bit off balance. Right, I'm being told now that Lisa, without going into too depth of it, has been feeling a little off balance, should we say, emotionally. But things will get back on the straight
Yeah.
and narrow.
Yeah.
He's just told me that what you've wished for is going to come true. What you've
Okay.
really, really wished for, because this gentleman has heard you. And even though when he was on the earth plane, he thought of himself more than he did of others, he's now thinking of you. So I feel there is that connection with Lisa. I want to
Okay.
say parent, because not mum or dad, as they said that, I said parent. And things won't be as, how can I say, he's saying, messed up this time. So she will understand while I'll use that terminology. I don't. But things are on the up and up for Lisa.
That's fabulous. I am so, so pleased. That's lovely. I'm just looking for our next lady here, but I can't see it here. Jocelyn, if you're there, just say hello if that's okay with you, because I can't see you there, and it's better to have you here than it is not. But unfortunately, I can't see you. Yes. Okay. What I'll do, I'll just jump until I see Jocelyn's here. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look with Dan. Dan, is Dan there? Dan? Dan and Dan. I'm just looking to see if we get Dan. And if not, not to worry. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to zip back up here quick and let's go straight to Nabila. Nabila says, "Color purple. How can I help my dad? Will he be okay?" This is Nabila. Nabila says this. Now, okay, let's have a little tuning in here and to help you out here. One of the things I would like to say here to you, Nabila, first of all, is there's two very, very close women on the other side who are standing right beside your dad, and they're actually looking at him and almost to say here, look, he's going to make his own choices. He's going to do his own thing. And they're saying to me here too that they're sending loads of love to you because they know the stress you're under. But your dad is your dad. He does what he does and he likes what he likes. And they're saying they're just sending love, absolutely loads of love. But the lady here is beautiful. She says here, in fact, that's what I'd thank you very much. Now I get this. She's actually saying to me here, it's a lovely energy. And Jocelyn, I've just seen your post there, so I'll come back to you shortly. She just said to me here, it's loads of love. That's what he needs, is loads and loads of love. That's what these two lovely ladies, they're very angelic. One of them is very, very loving, and I get the feeling this was his mother. This was his mother I'm talking to. And but there's another lady with him, and they're absolutely sending loads of love to him. That's what I like to say. I'll pass you over to you, Helen.
What was the colour, sorry, for this lady,
Purple.
did you say?
Purple.
But again, purple's a very spiritual colour. And as I thought that, a lady's come forward now, just one, and she said to me, don't worry, he's always had his head in the clouds. He'll do what he wants himself. And when the time comes, he'll just go.
Mm,
But he's got to look at what happens now. He's obviously not looking after himself. I have to be told,
yeah.
stubborn, head in the clouds, will do what he wants to do, and you just have to let things go with the flow. Because I feel as though, is it, what's her name?
Nabila.
Nabila, right? I'm not being rude by saying that.
No, no,
Nabila,
no.
I think you have to let go of the apron strings a little tiny bit. And this lady said, yes, you must do, love, because if you don't, you'll only get tangled up in them. And this is what makes you stressed and gets you
Yeah.
highly strung,
Yes.
which I don't know the lady, but this lady said to me, and she's a bit like that anyway, so it'll make her worse. Just
Okay.
cut the strings a little tiny bit and just go with the flow and let your father do what he has to do,
Okie
because
doke.
he will anyway.
I
And the
think,
ladies just shouted out, "Give her a pansy, give her a pansy." So I have to give her a pansy.
okay, the pansy it is. Thank you very much.
Yep.
And thanks very much, Nabila, for joining us. Lovely to see you. And right, okay, now just seeing Josie. I just saw her post a second ago. It's just disappeared, but I know you're here. Right, okay, I'm just going to... Oh, there you are. There you are. Jocelyn comes through and she says, so glad to be here. Hi, everyone. And actually, you're coming through from Canada. So it's lovely, lovely to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. And Jocelyn says, a colour yellow, love, life and finances, please. Okay. Now, what I'm attracted to straight away is love life. And I've just been shoved that way, just been pointed that way. And would you understand if I said to you, you do have your choices out there. There are your choices for people that you could actually be with, but would you understand you're being slightly fussy perhaps? And also here, there's a defensive side here. They're saying that love life can be there, but you're a little bit defensive and you're a little bit sort of unsure about what you're doing, where you're going. And they're just saying to me here, well, what they'd like to say to you here is I think what you'll find here is a little bit later on here is a beautiful friendship that turns into a relationship with a gentleman who is quite insistent that he wants to take you out and have a nice time. Quite insistent. Yes. And so I think your love life will develop from there. Very nice man. But you'll know him and you'll know it's going to be him because he is just on and on and on. Come on, I'll take you out for a drink. No matter how much you're protesting, Jocelyn, he's going to say yes. So you ask for it. There you go. You got it. Okay. Over to you, Helen.
Right. First of all, like when you gave me the colour, I thought, oh, yellow, upliftment, everything. And I feel that Jocelyn is one for uplifting others more than herself. She'll make her own destiny. And as we talk about that, I've got a gentleman that's coming forward for her. I've been given the name, believe it or not, Walter, although he might not have been known by that name. And it's
Okay.
quite an old name. Right. I've also been given the name Dirk, like the film star Dirk Bogart.
Yeah.
But that was another name for like Derek, wasn't it?
Okay.
Right. Right. I've now got a lady coming through who says it's about time you sorted yourself out, girl. Apparently, this lady, Jocelyn, used to go and get advice off her. She's not telling me who she is, which is quite unusual because normally they come through on an energy wave. She said, you used to come to me and I used to tell you all the time. And I feel it was around the work environment that this lady was, but you never listened anyway. You make your own destiny, just follow your gut soul, and you will meet soulmate.
Fantastic.
I've
She just
also
says
just
here, it's
then
already
I was
happened.
given flowers, but it wasn't in a bouquet. It was in a vase, like a crystal cut vase,
Beautiful.
so that you could see through it. And I have to give them to Jocelyn and look at all the colours and stop concentrating on one. I don't know what that means, but
I
she'll
agree.
understand.
Yes. Do
She'll
you know what? I
understand.
agree. Oh, dear. Jocelyn, come on now. No, but loads of love to you. And it's nice that a gentleman's around you at the moment who's quite insistent that he takes you out for meals. Lovely. Okay, let's go to Zoe. And Zoe is a connection to Dan. It's like top secret espionage. This is top secret. And I have to follow through. Her waxes smell lovely as well. This is relating to earlier reading there with Susanna. Otherwise, people are going to say, what are we on about waxes for? Okay, right. Cyan and a general reading, please. Cyan. Now, cyan's an interesting colour. We don't normally get asked that on this show. So, yes. Now, cyan.
What is it?
I think, and if someone's going to correct me, is it a type of pinky red? Is that cyan? Because someone said
That's
to me,
the wreath.
I can't remember. I don't know. But cyan, I think it's that colour. I'm going to go off that colour, cyan. I think it is. Yes, it's like a pinky colour. I remember you get it from the printer. It's like a pinky reddy colour. Yeah. Cyan. Now that's an interesting colour here to go for this. Now, what I pick up for Dan here is there's going to be Mr. Luck, Mr. Luck, and Mr. Opportunity. And yes, cyan is a pinky colour, hilarious. And what I would like to say here too with this is with the lucky, unfortunate side to him, I've got a gentleman here who's coming through, and the smell of tobacco is enormous. Here, very, very strong, and it's quite thick with this. This guy used to smoke a lot, and he's also wanting to show me here too. He says he's looking at Dan's legs, especially his knees. Say, take care there, take care, because I don't pick up the health is particularly strong there. And also here, I get the workload on the shoulders. So I think where Dan is concerned is to be careful of overload of work that comes up in one sense, and also just be careful of shoulders and knees to do with health. I also would like to say here, there's a lady here who passed away. She gives me daffodils as the time of the year that she passed away. Very, very nice lady as she's coming across. And she'd just like to say to you here, she says here, there's no need to measure up to anybody. There's no need to measure up to anybody around you, family, anything like this. There's no need. She says here, you're doing fine as you are. And I also pick up the anger around, anxiety around, it's shifting, but it doesn't belong to you, if I put it that way, Dan. It doesn't belong to you. It's somewhere else. Go somewhere else. I'd like to pass you over to Helen and just say, yeah, you.
Right. When you said the name Dan, all of a sudden I got a gentleman coming through and he was singing, Dan, Dan, the dirty old man washed his face in the frying pan, an old thing. And
Yeah.
then he told me, this gentleman, that he used to work on the bins.
Okay.
And what a lovely, lovely man. And he's wearing like work clothes, old, not dirt. Well, of course they'd be dirty because they're bin men, but they didn't wear the green stuff that they wear now. And he's just making me laugh. And he's saying, tell Dan that, I was just going to say something then, and he's pulled me back. I'm being corrected. So this gentleman obviously wasn't frightened of saying what he wanted to say. So he's now telling me, don't say it one way, say it another. I have to tell Dan that this is what he's got to do. He must say things as they are. Don't try to figure them out. Just do it as it comes out, and things will be better, whatever that means. I'm also being told that this gentleman liked to be by water, and I feel that Dan likes to be by water. Again, water's very therapeutic and cleansing. Whether he likes fishing or not, I'm not quite sure, but I did see, as though I was on the bank of a river, that it would be there. And he needs the quiet time, this gentleman's saying, because he was a bit of a laugh, and he wants to say he was quite loud, but in a nice way, not in a yobbish. It was fun to be with. And he's telling me that this is what Dan needs. Dan needs that liftment at this moment in time. Tell him to go fishing or go and sit quietly by the water, and he'll get his inspiration, and that will help to lift him. Dan will understand it.
Yes, and I get the feeling he's going to be a lucky man. I get a bit of luck around him. Good. Okay, right. We've all got arguments about cyan. Someone saying it's bluish green. Others are saying here it's a pink. So this is hilarious.
I admitted I didn't know.
I didn't know either. No either here. Now, okay. Deborah, the producer, says it's her birthday. She says, could she have a reading? So I'm not going to do the reading. I'm going to leave it to you. Yes. What I should do now, I'm going to line up the next person coming through.
For Debbie?
Yes.
Right, glasses off.
Glasses off.
Right, Debbie. I know it's your birthday, but there was somebody else who had a birthday very close to Debbie's. Not talking about you last week. Somebody in the spirit world. They're not making themselves known if it's a man or a woman. No. Oh. Well, I can't say. Well, I can say it, and I'm going to say it. And I'm going to say no, because there's too bloody many of us, and I had to say that because that was how I was being told. Lil is shouted from the spirit world, And I know that Debbie is from an Irish and from an Italian family, but they're being kept separate. They're not intermingled. You understand what I mean, Debbie? I know two were, but the others are not. And there's quite a, how can I put it? Not trouble, but a bit of banter and a bit of laughter over who was best and which flag should be used and which food was whatever. I'm also being told now, I've got a lady coming forward who makes me lean over the table, and she tells me that she suffered quite badly with her chest because she's leaning right over. I have the name Sam shouted for you. I've got the name Teresa, and I also have the name Bridget. Right. I'm being told that you don't have to worry because you know that when somebody passes over, the family's always there to greet them. And this is what's been worrying you. The evidence is here because everybody's come from each side of the family to greet her. So don't worry. Right. I have to come up now because it's making me feel it to my soul. Debbie, you know anyway, you felt it, and you've also felt, I know who this is, although I didn't know her personally. I've got your sister here. And don't worry, because she's suddenly making me feel as though my face, the colour's drained from my face. So I feel it was, suddenly gone. She's visited you. You've visited. She came in the dream, and it was her because it was so real. And I think it freaked you out a little bit, even though you're like me and Phil, and well, more so spiritual. I think it freaked you out, but she didn't mean to freak you out, and she will come again to see you when you're properly ready. I also have Frank shouted out. I have Tony shouted out. I have Albert. And I've also got Kitty, not Kath, Kitty. And talking of kitties, well, I don't know whether you had cats when you were younger, but I know you've got dogs now, but there's a couple of cats here, and they look a bit ferocious. But I think that was just, shall we say, when they've been around their own property. I'm having a senior moment here. That territorial is the word I want to say, but you're always looked after from the spirit world, but even though you know that, you still needed that little bit of, shall we say, extra oomph to prove it. Well, the proof's there. She's
Lovely.
fine.
That's lovely. That is so nice. That is so nice. Oh, yes, that was a lovely feeling. Okay, right. Let's go over to Katrina Maria. She says here, colour green, general reading. I have already shared Way Hey. Oh, congratulations. Let's give you a little bit of this. And why not give you a little bit of this?
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow, yes. I love that one. Anyway, colour green, general reading. Now, would you understand here, Katrina, a lovely lady who passed away, but she says here she wasn't at home. She passed away in a nursing home or a place where she wasn't very well. She just says here that she passed away there. Her name's Katrina. And she wants to come through and say to you here, she says here that it's interesting where Deborah's line was concerned here, connected to the spirit world. They're also wanting to connect you to the spirit world, Katrina. To say here, they are there, they are watching you, but also your links to the spirit world are getting stronger. And they're just asking you to hear say that if there's a way to develop this skill, do it. It'll work well. It will work. You'll be fabulous with this and it'll be fine. And I'll also pick up here too. She's saying to me here as well, she says that she really, she says here, this lady here, she says, do not worry about me. I know I was alone before I passed, but it doesn't matter, she says here. I'm up with everybody now. And she says here, there's a lot of forgiveness, she says, from them upstairs to each other. I think there's a few battlegrounds here. And she's just saying here that she's glad you've forgiven a lot down here. So I'll pass you straight over to Helen.
Right. As you were talking there, I had a picture in my mind of a few women. And with you saying that, is it Katrina? Katrina's family were there and that Katrina had connections with the spirit world. She's telling me that, yes, there was, although it wasn't talked about, it wasn't allowed.
Yes.
And I can see ladies sat around a table in a kitchen and whether it be tea leaves or cards or flames in the fire or anything like that, it was there already. And the lady now is coming forward, she's saying, whispering to me, saying, yes, but we couldn't talk about it because they were saying we were dealing with the devil. And it's very spiritual. And I feel that Katrina needs now to go forward and do the work that they did, but had to do it in secret and couldn't do it. If she looks in a memory bank, she'll remember them sitting all around the table, all of them, and whispering and doing, and she would be only young. Well, that's what they were all doing. Right. I have the name, it sounds like Todd to me, which is a bit of a strange name for, I think, everyday life. Again, I have Marie. I thought it was Maria at first, but it was Marie, but may have been known as Maria or Mary. I have Tom. And when it said Tom, then I just felt very, very light come forward and looked. So whether she's seen him and he's gone back. She's now, right, he now showed me lots of coffins. So whether it was a big family and they've all gone now, but they're all together now. This is what I'm being told to say. There was lots of them. And I feel it was like one after the other, as though it wasn't big gaps between them. And they're all together now. And as I said that, the whole place is lit up. And I have to say, go girl, go. You can do it this day and age. This is that lady back again. Because if you don't, you'll be letting us down. But laughing when she and brought herself forward, so she was quite a force.
Fantastic. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Oh, lovely. Right. Deborah says here, please share our show, follow our Cafe Clairvoyance page, join our Cafe Clairvoyance group. We're also live on YouTube. So you can watch it. There's probably about 4 places you can watch it from. Not that we're taking over the channels, but no, there's about 4 places there. But YouTube, Cafe Clairvoyance group, on my homepage, and a couple other places. But the show's recorded too, so you can always go back to it. And just wanted to come up to one there. Let's go to Carmen. Carmen actually writes through. She says, colour purple and work. Thank you. Now, it's interesting here, Carmen. There's quite a few of them around you. And would you understand here that there's a bit of chaos at the moment? And I get people very desperate. It's not just you, very desperate around you and worrying about work. And every sort of clawing around thing, is it all going to be okay? Is it all right? Whatever. I've got to say to you here to not worry. I've got to say to you here because this, I feel I've got a very tall man who's coming through. Very tall man. He wants to connect and say that there's a big J that starts off his name, big J. And as he's talking to me, he wants to say to you here that he says here that you are not to worry because of what's coming for you. It could be you are changing your job, but it's what you're changing it to. And you'll be thanking your lucky stars. And he wants to say here, it says here that, and also he wants to put you onto a boat or a ship. You're going on a lovely journey very soon. And you'll be worrying about spending money, but should you need to worry? I don't think so. No. And yes, so not to worry about money. In fact, I'll pass you over to my good friend Helen.
Right. Again, with Carmen, I got 2 ladies and a gentleman come forward, and they never said anything, but they were just smiling. And again, I got connections with the Catholic Church, but it made me feel it was a very old church, because I know up behind you've got the dark wood on your thing, but it was like the old, like the old Spanish churches. And I can smell the candles. So I feel these 3 people were quite dedicated to church life, and they had things to do with the church. I can also smell polish, and I'm also given honey, whether they had connections with honey or one of them did. But they're not saying much. They just smile. They've got lovely smiles on the face. So to me, they're watching Carmen. And I feel that very cautiously, is how she needs to change her path, because she's in two minds about something. She's not quite sure whether to do this certain thing is right or not, but just take it with caution. And they're impressing on me now that I've got Cinderella. Now, whether she felt like Cinderella and she will be going to the ball, that there's something that she felt that she didn't have the confidence to do or go after. Well, you need to.
Yes.
Be like Cinderella.
Yes.
When you get dressed up and you get that confidence. So I feel it's more lacking in confidence. And then these three people who are here now, send the love, the strength, and just blow kisses. And again, I'm getting smell of wax of the candles, just the normal church candles. So I feel if Carmen smells that, it'll be these three people that'll be there with her.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Carmen, I think you've got some. Yes, I agree with you, but I agree with the part about being very careful with the course you steer, but step up to the opportunities. I think they're coming your way. Okay, guys, I know we really appreciate you joining the show. It's been loads of you on tonight, and thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be back on the 31st of this month, and we've got a very unique show, I'd like to call it, a very special one, and one that is probably close to a lot of us as we go through life. But we're going to be talking about passing over, and the bit before, during, and what it's like, what we experience ourselves, what it's like on the other side, and how we as people down here can help those who are about to pass, and also bring peace to ourselves. So I think it'll be a very moving show, and yes, and please join us. So this again, it's on the 31st. It's going to be again at 8 o'clock in the evening, and really, really look forward to this. And yes, to me, for next week, it's me. You got little old me back, and then I'm joined by Midia the week after that. And yes, yes, please come back to us on, say, next week and onwards there. And if you've got a question, I know we haven't been able to get through to everybody tonight, but what I'd say here, guys, is that write in a question to us. Write in a question. We'll be so happy to answer them for you. And yes, and we would love to work with you. So please don't be a stranger. And glad everybody's enjoyed the show. I can see all your lovely comments here. Thank you very, very much. And what can I say? I just want to say that Deborah says he will be live next Monday. Helen Phil will be on the 31st January. All details of all the shows on the Cafe Clairvoyance group. Deanne from New York said he enjoyed the show. It's lovely to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. And Midia, who's joining me in 2 weeks' time, says, great show tonight. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything here. And yeah, guys, it's good. It's good to see you. Good to be back here. And Helen, what can I say? It's been absolutely amazing having you on tonight. And I just asked the audience what they thought about you being on.
Wow.
Yes, they say
Was that for me good looks?
It was in fact. I'll do another one.
Wow. Wow.
There you go. How's that? So, right, okay. And you can see loads of your comments here, guys, and just say thank you so much for joining. So we'll be back. I'll be back here next Monday, 8 p.m. And as I say, Helen's going to join me on the 31st. Look forward to it, guys. Have a lovely, lovely evening wherever you are. Loads of love to you. Big hearts and big burgers. Don't forget the hearts and burgers. See, just twist the fingers there. It turns into a gorgeous burger. Or maybe it's a heart. Love thy burgers. That's what you've got to do. That's what you've got to do. See you soon, guys. Have a terrific evening wherever you are, and loads of love from us. And Helen, thank you.
Bye.
Once again, big kiss to you, and a big man hug to your husband there. Yeah.